base.
We were holding.
Kufra base, C base. Take another shikhanah. Take that one over. I was saying that, okay, I'll start again. We started this סימן over here, but with this, you have to finish it. That's what we said, that we'll be learning from Kufra base, C base. But I just wanted to straighten out some things about Sif Aleph. He says over in Sif Aleph that I'll read this just Takonas Chachamim, the Chachamim wa Mesaken, Leimer Acha Yitches, after Shmon Esrei, that Yitches, that means Shmon Esrei, they say Pasuk Yilu Ratzim. And he sort of gives a source to why Pasuk Yilu Ratzim. He says, K'moshe Amar David Acha Yitches Mizmayim. David said it after 18 Mizmayim of Tillim. Remember, so we say it after the Shmon Esrei. So I just want to be ma'ida. If you're looking in the Tillim over here, after Yitches, it does. There's no Yilu Ratzim. Yeah, because if you look further, it's over here after Yutes.
Because the Poel Shmon Esrei is Yutes.
No. That he doesn't say it. That you're saying.
Yeah.
But the reason is because the first two kapitals of Tillim are considered like one.
Yeah, right.
Remember, so this becomes after Yudches. That's one thing I wanted to explain. And it seems like Yilu Ratzin, the Pashat attached is also a very important meaning. You're saying Yilu Ratzin, that it should be acceptable in my fee, my talking, my saying. But I saw there's the Kaf HaChaim, which is they call it the Svardish Mishnah Brura. It's al derech, like just the Mishnah Brura has the Mechaber up on top, Mechaber Dramo. So also over there, he has the same style and a Pirish on the bottom. So he brings also like Kabbalah in the Kaf HaChaim. So he says that one of the special things about Yilu Ratzin is that there are 10 Yuden in Yilu Ratzin, you count over, okay? And then he says there's also 10 words in Yilu Ratzin.
We should do that for the minion.
Yeah, so it has to do, you count the word Yilu Ratzin, Hashem Sugaili, is also 10 words. And there's other things about it, I don't remember all the things. So that's why this was picked as a way to be Messiah in the Tefillah. Now over here he says, a very interesting thing, Ha-rogel goymer dalet dvorim elu. At the end of the Shmon Esrei, at the end of every Shmon Esrei actually, we have over here, I want to show up by Shachas, I have a reason to show up by Shachas.
No, Shachas, you get them all. Oh, you're missing the page. Oh, no, you haven't. Oh, yeah.
Okay,
You
right,
listen
right.
to that.
So over here, what I want to show, it doesn't show over here, but so he says over here that at the end of the kind of tzur, the Yilu Ratzin is the ending of the Tefillah. So because it was added because we wanted to connect the kind of tzur to the Shmon Esrei, so it was added over here. So if you look over here, right before Asegaman Shemcha, Asegaman Shemacha, Asegaman Yimincha, Asegaman Terascha, Asegaman Kedusha Sechon. So he says. So here he says that Harogolem Medalet Vorim Elu. Whoever is accustomed to say these four things, Zoicha u'Mekabel Pnei Hashchina. So he's Zoicha and he's Mekabel to Pnei Hashchina. And what are the four things? Asegaman Shemecha, Asegaman Yeminecha, Asegaman Teresecha, Asegaman Kedusha Secha. So what's so great about these four things? He doesn't say anything what's so great about it. So there's in Svarim state that in working Pashas Noach, that the Eibusha said that if there'll be a trouble and things will not be good, so what'll be as kashtin esati ba'onan. And then I'll put my keshes in the honor. The cloud means that it's something like a cloud is hovering above, which means it's not good. Like you talk about the weather. Either it's clear or it's cloudy. When it's clear, is a siman is good. When it's not clear, and when it's cloudy, the siman that it's in. So they want to touch as kashin esati ba'onan. That means that if Shasa Yid is mispalo, and there's an onan on top of him, so the keshes will pierce through the onan. So because the onan is blocking the tefillah from being oila. And the word kashti is the Rosh Tevis of these four things. These four things, it's not the same order as in the Siddur, but you have Shemecha, you have Yiminecha, Asay Kiddush Teresecha, Asay Aman Kiddush Asecha. So that's one thing that say, but so special about this here is that it's split. You're davening a whole davening the Eibishter, and there may be a cloud above you that's holding back. So he said, "There's kashti and satadom. My keshes will pierce through the onan, and your tefillas will be over." That's one thing. And others say that what's the shot that kashti this will pierce through? He said because there's a pasuk that we say ima yanecha b'tzara. So if a yid is in that tzara and he's davening to the Eibishter, so the Eibishter is also feeling the pain. By saying these things, you're mitzaref the Eibishter in your tefillah. That you're not asking for yourself, but you're asking for the Eibishter. So maybe while you're asking for the Eibishter, so you have my keshes, and my keshes will shoot it through. And Nachazach says, so what's the inyan? What's the pshat? So they want to say an interesting pshat that we find in the Gemara, that the Gemara says that you shouldn't daven b'lashon harami. Why? Because the Gemara says because the malach hashodas don't understand haramis. There is one malach that does understand. I think that's malach Refoil does understand. But it says that if you're davening by a chayla or for a chayla, if you're davening where there's a chayla and you're davening there, so because that shchina is umayla mirashaysa of shel chayla, like we find by Yaakov that Rosh Hamita, because the shchina was there. So so then you could daven b'Rosh Hashanah also. Why? Because the shechina is there, so you don't need the Malach to help you out.
Yeah, go straight
so
to him.
You're dealing direct. So the same thing also over here, that if someone says these four things, which is Aremes to Kashti, so he's Zeiche the shechina, and maybe he's dealing direct, and maybe the tefillah will go through. So that's what I wanted to talk about this Indian over here. And then he says, the last thing, Yesh Noigen Leima Ad Shalai Netzalti. This is a tefillah that we say by Nila. By Nila, the whole Yom Kippur we don't say this. You only say this at the end by Nila. So there's some that they say every day. They say in the davening Kayesh Rein Netzalti. But we don't have that minig. I mean, not only Lubavitch. I mean, Sheta, we don't have that minig. Umutarim Reimrei b'Shabbos, because the shaila is that considered a tchina? If it's considered a tchina, so then Shabbos you don't say tchinas. So he's saying it's not considered a tchina; it's considered a tefillah, or tchina and a tefillah. What I wanted to show now is that in the Siddur, not this, you had no, this Siddur is not good. This doesn't have. In the Siddurim, after a Segaman Kiyashoscha, so there's a space.
Right, yeah, over here it does have it in this one.
Okay?
Is that where you say your pasuk?
Oh. So,
Yeah.
yeah, you see there's a space there. Why is there a space? So the reason why there's a space is because there's a minhag to say a pasuk at the end of davening, which has in it the ice, the front ice, and the last ice of the person's name. And in many Siddurim, later, in old Siddurim it was also, but even in the David Siddurim, lately they started printing them. And they even printed more psukim, because there was a lot of names that people used to ask.
There was Rabbi Reuben from Albany. He once came by with one of his balachuvas, and he said to the Rebbe that his name is, I forgot what name he said, and he said, we looked and we can't find a pasuk. And like this, the Rebbe said, in Eicha, and he told him the pasuk. He said, we can't find a name. The Rebbe told him in Eicha, Perek, whatever, and he gave him the pasuk straight out the bat. Like that, he told him.
Straight, that's a segula when you come.
Because you
when
forget
you
your
come
name.
up there, you know, so there's Chaver Kedishas that when they finish the Tata, they told the person, don't forget your name, you know. Yeah. Okay, I want to mention these Ben Hogim. Okay, let's start now. Kufchav Gimel. Dinei HaKriyas B'Siyam Yudches. The dinim of bending at the end of Shmon Esrei. Uboy Ches Seifim. HaMespalel Tzorach Yifra Gimel Psiyas L'Achayrav. The one that's davening has to back up 3 steps, going back. Kederech Sheniftarim Mifnei HaMelech. In other words, the idea is when someone is by a choshev, a person, or by a melech, so you don't just turn your back. You turn your back and walk out, you know. But you back up a little bit, so that they say that the Rebbe, when he came to visit his mother, he always had a way of walking out without turning his back to his mother. That's what they say.
It's interesting. Why tis mother?
It's not covered.
Disrespectful to show you.
It's not covered.
She said
In today's chitas, steht that on the Malachim came to Avram, so steht that I got the Russian pasuk right now, but v'sara shemas pesach oil hu achrov. What does that mean, hu achrov? So Rashi says that the Delos was behind the Malach, right? So that means to say that they didn't see Sarah.
Right.
They were talking between themselves, but they didn't see Sarah because there was a door. You know, like, let's say you're standing by the door, and there's a person
on the other side,
saying on the other side of the door, and people are on this side going out, let's say, and they're talking, and one says something to another. So you didn't. The person on the other side of the door doesn't hear what they are talking. I think that's the portion of the Taichin Rashi. But there's a pshat different. Pshat goes like this: that v'hu achrov doesn't go on the door. What happened was, came malachim. They knew they were malachim, not knew, and one of them said to Avram, you know, the next year you'll have a baby. Now, you know, usually when when you come to a house, and you come to visit someone, so, and the person who was machnas sayrech, he gave him a very lavish meal and everything, so you like to give a bracha. So what do you give a bracha? That you saw something was missing in the house. You come to the house and you see that there's, let's say, an older daughter that's marriageable age. So bin Shmanon, Mr. Hashem, is on a simcha, your daughter should get married, you know. And what do you say then? What does the person do? You said the bracha to? What does he say?
Amen.
Amen. Okay. Well, you come to a house and you see that there's poverty in the house. They accept it, but you see there's an autumn kite in the house. No Vinchman on them. It's Hashem. Next year it should be a prosperous year, and the Baal Baz will son. Amen. Over here comes a stranger, and he realizes that these people have no children, because he didn't see any children running around in the house. At the ungewünschen that in Mitzvah Shem Ebayo Shabbat Shalom. What was Avram supposed to answer?
Amen.
No. Avram knew that he's 100 years old and his wife is 90 years old. That's not what you wish people. He should have said to them, I had What did Avram do? He answered Amen. And she heard it. She said, what, my husband went crazy? So when he said to her, and he answered Amen to it, so she said, what's going on with my husband? Something's wrong with my husband. That's the V'hu Achrov. Okay. That's drush for the Pasha.
Okay.
Oh, he answered after.
Huh?
Who Achrov, he answered after.
He answered Amen.
After that.
He should have said, listen, mister, you're out of your mind. I'm 100 years old. If Avram was 40 and Sarah was 30 and they have no children yet, no, Vinchman on. And Avram accepted and he said, Amen. Okay. And after he backs up 3 steps, Yitain Sholem and the Imwe Osakain Ki'ilu Lo Yispalo. Because it means to say you have no respect for the Eibishter. So if someone comes in with a bakosha to a king, let's say, and you have no respect for the king is surely not going to do what you want. So if this person has no respect for the king, for the Eibishter, so it's Ki'ilu Lo Yispalo, because you're not going to get anything with your tefillah. Reb Shmuel used to say that there's three naronim. There's one that as soon as it opens the door, you see is Getanar. And there's one that you have a conversation, Zetman is Satanar. And there's one, Ageta Rozvianar. So that's the pshat over here also. That if
he walked out.
He walked out. V'noisen Shalom Tchil L'Smoile, and you bend like to your left. Shehu Yamin HaShechina HaShiruya Kenegdei. When he's talking to Shechina, so his left is the right of the Shechina. V'tzeisa min HaTfilah, as you're going out. V'achar kach v'yaminai, shu small hashchina. His right is the left, because it's talking to people face to face. The hainu shekashayim oisa shalom b'mroimo yata b'roishoy gutzat smolek ukashayim hu yasa shalom oleinu yata b'roishoy gutzat yaminai v'yitein shalom b'shor shepeseya el achakach. In other words, you don't say it as you're going out, but after you come out, if you back up the 3 steps, then you say, in other words, because it shows that you had respect, that you didn't turn your back to the Eibishter, and now you're saying goodbye. The Kodim Shepeseya, before he backs up, Yeshroi V'chraya, he should bow. V'yivsa hagim of siyas b'kriya achas. In other words, while you're in the form of being bent, so you do the 3 steps. Uba'idai kareya, and while he's bending, kaidem sheyiskayf, yitin shalom l'smoigu yamina. That's how to do it. You say, When you finish Shemona Esrei, you bow down and you walk back 3 steps, and then you turn to your
left and right.
left and to right. V'huguru v'ishtach b'achakach. And when you're saying this, you stood back up already. So now he says at the end, you bow again, ufnei Hashem, ke'eved hanifta mirabah. V'no geroim achakach. And after you did this is all by Oisei Shalom.
When you finish that,
When you finish that, it's a custom to say, Yehi rotzen she'yibona beis hamikdash, chulu, ki hatfilah b'makam avodah, the tefillah takes the place of avodah beis hamikdash, v'yilochein onu mevakshim al hamikdash, shenuchel lasos avodah mamash. So that this was like a substitute, or an alternate for the beis hamikdash. So Messiah asking that we should have the beis hamikdash. Now, Misha Moisev al Gimel Psiyas, if someone does 6 steps back and then he does the bending and everything, is Yuaruhu. Yuaruhu means it's like a gaiva. Most of the time, I'm different, I'm special. Shenira Chayla Kabed Ushchina Yosem Mishar B'nei Adam. The minhag is
3.
that when you meet even a person, you also back up. But the minhag is to back up 3 steps. And he's giving more covered. So people think, oh, he's a very chashuv person, you see. He has extra respect for the Eibishter. So the name that's Meichel covered. Okay, we'll stop over here. Because the next one's a long shift.